On today's episode, I am going to suck your blood. I mean, make an apple crisp. Hey guys, welcome back to another... I can't with these. Welcome back to another episode of Max Meals. And in the kitchen today, we're gonna be doing a fall-inspired apple crisp recipe. And this is gonna be the definition of comfort food during this cold time that we're all experiencing. So, happy Halloween. So the best way to go about the apple crisp is to peel off all of the skin. I did it once with the skin on, and let me just tell you, the skin off, I can see it being much better. So you wanna take a potato peeler and to peel all your apples, and then you wanna cube them, and you don't want them too big, because that wouldn't make sense. You gotta have a decently sized portion for each apple, and then we're gonna saute them in some butter, some brown sugar, and some lemon, because lemon is gonna offset the balance of the sweetness of the apples. It just makes sense. You can't have sweetness and overly sweet. You gotta have something that's gonna offset that sweetness. And then our next step, we're gonna make an oat topping. And the oat topping is gonna be this buttery, oaty, sweetie, I just said sweetie. Sweet topping that's gonna go on top of our crumble, and then we're gonna bake it, and it's gonna get all crunchy and good. And then once you top it off with ice cream, guys, seriously, you're just gonna wanna stay bundled up by the fire, eating this thing, watching your favorite horror film, because it is the time of Halloween and festive, and I just said festive. I don't just bite jugulars, I jug it. So the reason why I'm taking all the skin off is because I just want the apple. I don't need the skin, because the skin kind of adds it's like a rubbery texture once you saute it, and I just would rather not have the skin, honestly. That's just me, but if you like skin, that's up to you. This is your life. I'm just living in it.
Run with your hands up, run with your hands up. Run at them.
So here we're gonna go for cubes, and right here I'm just gonna cut around the core of the apple. Just go all the way around. And we're gonna make bite-sized pieces, because this is like, you know, individual sized dessert, so we're not trying to do slices. The best way to go about this dessert is to kind of mix up your apples. Do like red and yellow, red and green apples. And now we have some olive oil in our pan, and we are off to the races. So I'm gonna take the back of my knife, just slide my apples in. Give them a quick little toss of about a tablespoon of butter. Some brown sugar, I'm gonna sprinkle all over our apples. And then I'm gonna take a tablespoon of flour. Nick wants me to sprinkle it in, so I'm sprinkling it in. And the flour will kind of add some body to the sauce that we have. That way it's not so like thin, we're kind of thickening it up. And then what is fall without some cinnamon? And then we're gonna do a touch of salt. We gotta get some lemon juice in here. And like I said before, the lemon juice will kind of offset the sweetness of the apples and the sweetness of the brown sugar. It will kind of add some acid, so then you'll have some like acid with some sweetness, which will be a nice fine balance is what you need. Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Good though.
So now that our apples are caramelized, they're not quite all the way cooked all the way through, mostly because we're gonna throw this into the oven. So the oven's gonna do the rest of the cooking. So we're gonna take our spoon, and we're just gonna kind of spoon all of our apples into our little dish here. And then we're gonna get started on our apple crumble. All right guys, so our next step is going to be the apple crumble. And that's like the crunch, the topping that everyone is literally obsessed with. You know, like the stuff that's on top of the crumble, and you kind of just wanna just take out the topping and not eat the apples, but like that would make the whole dish incomplete. That crumble, that sexy yumness, we're gonna make that right now. And it's gonna be basically just a half a cup of oats, depending on how many people you're cooking for. I'm only making 1 or 2, so I'll use about a half a cup of oats.
Better make 2.
Shut up, Nick, it's just mine. It's mine, it's all mine! A little bit of cinnamon, some nutmeg if you have it, and a little bit of flour. Room temperature butter is the best butter to use, because that way it actually creates like a crumb versus like cold butter where you won't be able to spread it as easily. So just take like a half a stick of butter out of the fridge and leave it out for a little bit. So then we have a half a stick of butter here, or just a half of a stick of butter. We're gonna throw it right into our oats, a quarter. Is that what a half of is? A quarter. We learn something new every day. So then we're just gonna kind of mix all of our stuff together, and then we're gonna throw all of our oats into the blender. So we're gonna take our oats, and we're basically just gonna throw it right on top of our apples. And just get in there. Like we want topping on topping. And then this is gonna go into a 375-degree oven for 10 to 15 minutes until your apple crumble gets nice brown, crunchy, just a golden brown texture. And then we're gonna top it with some ice cream. You could even top it with some pecans or even some caramel syrup, or my favorite, blood. Okay, maybe not, but you know what I mean. You drive one of these things. Dracula doesn't drive. So for today's episode, we need ice cream, and I forgot ice cream at the house, so we have to go out to the store and get some. So I'm gonna wave at random people and scare them. Dracula needs a mask to cover up my mouth because there's so many people here. I want to drink some blood. And now we're gonna take our ice cream, some fresh vanilla bean ice cream, because this dessert would not be complete without the a la mode, baby. And this scoop of ice cream is gonna go right on top. Six the landing. We're gonna do a little bit of powdered sugar on top. A little powdered sugar. And then some menta to make it look pretty. And there you have it, my creation! Apple oat crumble that's like decadent and like amazing and crunchy, and it's really gonna be the perfect dessert for this time of the year. Because it is Halloween and it is getting kind of cold, so this will definitely warm our hearts. It's so great, not as good as blood, but it's damn good. So if you like this video, make sure to like the video. Just like that and then comment, because we want to know as to what other fruits you could have done. It is fall season, and as seasons change, you can change up the fruit. So let us know what you think. But don't forget to subscribe to the channel, because we have many, many more episodes coming your way that are going to be amazing, just like this one. And again, happy Halloween. So we're off to eat this, and I will catch you on the next one. So whoop whoop.